Okay, today's video is to just talk about a couple of previous custom frame projects that I've been involved with. Basically, what I did, I bought, one was started off as a 79 Sportster frame, and the other one was a 1980 Sportster frame. And the end result of the modifications was these two frames. Now, the one in front, which does not have any paint on it at the present moment, is what's called a dirt tracker style frame. And this is the early style XR-750s, meaning 1970 or the kind of 1972 era dirt trackers. So we're talking half mile, mile ovals, and then also TT bike or TT racing. Behind that, the black frame is a copy, and actually again, both of these are copies, of the 1972 Harley Davidson Lowboy XRTT frame, meaning road racer. I wanted to start the video off with the frames sitting one in front of the other because you can see how differently the necks are. One, when I did the dirt tracker frame, at the time, I actually had in my possession a real deal 1970 XR-750 dirt tracker frame, so I knew exactly what to copy and how to go about it. The same is true of the road racer frame. A friend of mine that had a frame shop in Pennsylvania, he's no longer doing frame builds, but after I'd done the dirt tracker frame, I remembered that Greg had a factory drawing of the road racer version of the XR-750, and I asked him about maybe helping me convert another Ironhead Sportster frame into a road racer frame, and that was the result from that. So let me do this. I'm gonna just set this one frame up on blocks here, and we'll talk a little bit about what was involved in the conversion. The back half is really, this is still all of this triangle back here, down through the tomahawks, and all the frame up to this point is all completely stock 1979 through 81 Ironhead Sportster stuff. What I did was I cut off and completely removed the original fender strut mounting brackets in the back. And then I took the old backbone out, I think all the way back to here, and then cut the down tubes off right in here someplace. And then a friend of mine that bends tubes, we bent this tube because again, I had that original dirt tracker frame to use as a pattern. And then the neck is simply a piece of machine tubing. It has this little short stress tube here. Again, you can see that this frame will take K model motors and Ironhead Sportsters up all the way through 1981. As you can see, it has the notch here for the oil pump, which they started in 1977, and also this frame did not have the knurled foot peg brackets like the early Sportster frames. Just a couple small details. The little threaded inserts here are to bolt the fiberglass seat pan down. The little clip there, that was for the original aluminum XR-750 oil tank. There were springs that clipped on here and went to a bracket that was welded to the oil tank. So that's basically the frame on that one. Now the other bike again, well, lastly, this tube is left over from the Sportster frames. The XR-750 frames don't have that. I just left that on there because I wasn't actually going to go flat tracking, and that added some strength to the triangulation back there, and also gave me a place to kind of land some other parts. The road racer frame, shown here in black, was copied from the factory drawing. So this thing is perfect, with the exception of, it has the kickstand mount, that little tube there. It still has the tube here. Actually, this, and this are leftover from the Sportster days. Those were the hanger brackets for the factory oil tank, which is what this one is going to get. Again, on both of these frames, fortunately, I was able to buy these shock mounts from High Speed Motorcycles in Chagrin Falls, Ohio. So both of these have those same brackets, and those fit on there like a glove after I got the Ironhead stuff cut off. And then both of these bikes are getting real deal XR-750 swing arms. The one here in front is the dirt track style early. Those are the adjusters for the axle. The bracket up there is an anchor for the brake, rear brake on that. The Road Racer one is almost completely stock. The one I got had been through several racers. The ends had been modified about 1,000 times. And rather than trying to fix what was on there, Tim Fiorucci with Fiorucci Fabrications in Cleveland, Ohio, we made new ends for it. This is slightly different than what the factory had. As you can see, the adjusters come out through the back of the swing arm. This thing also has basically a chain rub block that some racer added at some point in time. It's not factory, but it was on that swing arm, so I think it's kind of cool, so I left it. So anyway, that's these two projects. The dirt tracker is going to get a 1959 XLH motor, and I have decided to abandon this road racer project. Now I have a dual disc front end, I have 18-inch front and rear wheels, I have the gas tank and the seat pan, and actually the complete fairing. That's what these brackets are on the bottom. These are the little quick clip style that the fairing clips to, and you can take it right off if you had to work on the motor during a race. This will be in a separate YouTube video once I get it all put together and back on two wheels. But the purpose today was to just show you, while these frames are sitting side by side, what the road racer frame looks like and what the dirt tracker frame looks like. Last note on that, the scar you see right there, when this frame originally got put together, it got built with a 30-degree neck, and I really didn't like the stance of it. And so I went to the trouble to cut that old neck out. I had to have a new tube made, and we dialed that thing back to, I think it's 26.5 degrees, which is what the factory dirt track bike gets. This bike here gets 19-inch wheels, front and rear, and also I found a Seriani front end for this one. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna set it up as a TT bike, meaning it's gonna have a dual disc front end and also a disc brake in the rear. Yeah, true flat trackers don't have any brakes, front or back. Everybody's going the same direction and everybody's turning left. So no need to slow down until the race is over. So drop me a note if you have any questions about things that I've done. I think it was a pretty straightforward build in both cases, and it basically boiled down to cutting off the shock mounts in the back extracting the backbone and the top of the front down tubes and getting some tubes bent up and then welding the thing back together. So that's what this video was about. Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe.